Hello, this is Derek from Future Vision and Growth North, and this is a video that I've wanted to do for a long time, and something I'm working on as far as the way that I look at other cities. And my family and I spent some time in Broken Arrow this weekend, so we had an opportunity to kind of look around, and I thought, what a good opportunity for me to look around, kind of look at what they're doing and what we're doing, and kind of parallel the cities a little bit, benchmark them and see the distinctions, things that do well, things that we do better, and kind of like where we can learn and all the things that are happening. So let me get into that. Let me start very first with where we're located. Each of us is located south of a metro area. Obviously, we're located south of Oklahoma City, about 20 minutes. So ultimately, our city is 850,000, which is Oklahoma City. Tulsa's about 400,000 or 500,000, so it's a little bit smaller. However, our growth trajectories are the same. We both are growing very, very quickly. We both are on the south side, and we're both suburbs of major cities in Oklahoma. Also, our income level is close. Education level, we're a little bit higher here in Norman because we have a Division I university in the city, and so we see some of that. But ultimately, we are on the same pathways. So that was my first line of thing to say. Who can I compare us to? Secondly, I wanted to look at how do we determine what is downtown and what does branding look like. I know there's downtown Norman, right? Then I also know that there's Walker Arts District. So I was confused, like literally up until today, the downtown Norman and Walker Arts District can be two different entities. The Walker Arts District is by the Norman Arts Council in honor of one of their longtime founders and people who have developed the Arts District. And then downtown Norman is its separate entity where they are promoting the downtown area. So one of the issues I have right now is that that's kind of unclear, to be really honest with you. So I would like to have that aligned a little bit, where if I'm looking at the Rose District in Broken Arrow, it's downtown. It is what it is. The second that you walk in that downtown, or the second you drive in that downtown, you're there, because what do you see? Rose bushes everywhere. There's rose bushes in planters all along that downtown area. They've got the banners up. They've got roses on buildings. They got rose baskets hanging from their lamps. I mean, the second that you walk in, immediately you're in the Rose District. Now, let's look at some things that are a little bit different, things that are similar. We both have farmers markets. Both of us have farmers markets that are on 2 days a week. Theirs is from 4 until 8. Ours is from 4 until about 6 or 7, I believe. Is it till 8? No, I think so. I think it's 4 to 6 or 7 on Tuesdays, and then we are longer on Saturday. We go from 8 in the morning to 1. They go from 8 to noon. We have a climate-controlled market at the Well, which has restrooms and everything. It is phenomenal. That is amazing, and we have a lot of space, and that is an asset to Norman, most definitely. They have a farmer's market. It does have a shelter. It is not enclosed or climate controlled. Now, uniquely in Broken Arrow, they have a splash pad at the farmer's market. That is brilliant. I'm going to tell you that right now. Why? Because when it is hot in the summertime, those parents are bringing those kids to play in that splash pad. They're just sitting there. So what are they doing? They're shopping the farmer's market. So any way that we can add a water feature or some sort of cooling mechanism besides the indoor building, which is also fantastic and air conditioned. So we do have that. But what else can we add to that area to make it, again, a place for kids? Because that, of course, advocates the family being there and all of that. I like that. We have more vendors at our farmers market in Norman. And because we've just grown and grown and grown. And so that is really cool. Their farmers market is on the edge of downtown, but more integrated downtown. Ours has a little bit of an offset because it is on Eufaula Street more so, and by the depot. So it's not as easy to kind of integrate that in. You have to kind of walk off of Main to get there. So that is interesting to me. So I like, again, I would say our farmers market is amazing. The only distinction is I would say they have that water feature that is really interesting. Um, let's see. I really am now our website on for downtown Norman could really use a little bit of work. The Broken Arrow website is incredible and doing incredible things. Um, and it is visually beautiful, and you have photos for each person, each group that they're taking care of. So that is like a big deal for them. So I do love that. Uh, the mix of businesses in Broken Arrow is really nice. They have of which we do too. So I think in that way we're kind of equal as far as they got the breweries, they got restaurants, they have residential downtown. We have residential downtown. I think one of the things that I like is I love the fact that they have more seating on the sidewalks downtown. They also have quite a few upper areas for you to have parties and stuff on rooftops. So they have rooftop spaces in Broken Arrow, which I love. I think we're working on that. I think that's something that we're developing in downtown, so I can see that be a better benefit to us. The art mix, they have art galleries. We have more art galleries. We have a larger space and footprint for our downtown. Our downtown is multiple blocks and multiple blocks long, and it's quite a bit longer than Broken Arrow in the Rose District. So I think that we have opportunities as far as size and scale as we get ready for that. And so I'm really just, like I said, looking at what is working for us is the fact that we've got that Division I university here. We have people coming in regularly on a regular basis. And so it's going to be incredible for us to maximize that and get that ready. We really are in a great space, but there's some things that we really want to tighten up that downtowners marketing, especially. You should kind of know you're there when you're there. We do need to work on our website. The website for downtown Norman needs help. And we have great graphic design people. We have people that really are good at what they do. Branding wise, I said downtown Norman is downtown Norman. Does it make you different than anywhere else? Not really. I can go to downtown Altus. I can go downtown Sentinel. I can go downtown Cordell. I mean, it says like it's one of those things that I'm like, there might be a possibility for an identity for downtowners that they want to. They really that's built from the downtowners, which is how do you all want to identify yourselves? How do you want to be when we walk in that we know we've hit whatever your district name is? And I mean, what is it? What do you want to identify yourself as besides just downtown? And now we are also unique in that we have like I call it second downtown. Campus Corner is a unique space for us. So Campus Corner, right off of the university, is, which I laugh, it's Campus Corner, because of course it's Campus 50 Corners, because we have a whole bunch of, it's like a town square for the university and for people visiting. That space is incredibly branded. It is incredibly, but it's also incredibly tight. Like the parking there is very, very tight. So to get in there outside of there is not easy. So that's something, it's more of a walkable district. And I don't know how they would do that because there's roads in it, but we're not putting a ton of people down there. So their branding is good. Their marketing is good. I think one of the issues they have is sheer cost of doing business down there. It's pretty expensive. And they have a seasonal aspect to that because they are not downtown. They are by the university. It does get busier in the fall and winter and spring than it does in the summer. So we have to look at like, how can we integrate their space and our space all together, which we're doing. The city's doing that and walking it back and forth. So in that way, that is a unique to Norman situation that we have. And we're in this process of, we've done a lot of benchmarking. We've benchmarked SEC cities, but I don't know that we've done a good job benchmarking cities within our region and within our state that are very similar to us. So Broken Arrow is a good one to look at and say, hey, I like some of the features. And again, they're not all going to translate. We're not modeling it. We are learning from one another and getting inspiration so we can become who we are. And I think that's an important part of it. I said, I'm not I'm not critiquing. I'm critiquing, but I'm not criticizing. I'm critiquing and saying these are the things that we can do better, but I'm not saying that we're worse in any way, shape, or form. We have a whole lot more live music. Like live music is an institutional part of Norman that I think we always and have always underutilized. Like I don't understand why we're not a music city. Like I don't understand why that's not part of it. Like that's not a forefront part of it for musicians and creatives and people that are coming in. And so I think that's important. Our art community is phenomenal. Like it is integrated in who we are and is going to be more so integrated in who we are. So again, how does that Norman Arts Council, what do we do with the Walker District? Like, how do we explain it? Because I think that's one of the things you see, like Bishop's Landing. I mean, there's different ways to explain things, but we need to be able to explain the Walker District in a way that is quick and that people understand it, and so it makes sense. Because again, that is an overlay arts district on top of the downtown, on top of other places. So we want to eliminate some confusion. And I think it does cause some confusion between the downtown Norman and the Walker Arts District. So what do we do to either meld them together or do something to brand that in one space so that people are clear? Especially we have visitors coming from all over the world. And so we're going to need to make sure, and all over the country, they're going to need to know where they're going, how to get there, and get there quickly. If they get confused, they're not going to spend much time getting clear about stuff. They're just going to go do something else. And we do not want that to happen. We want that to be that forefront, that welcome mat, that like welcome to the district and everything that's happening. So I love that. I like that we are doing a mix of office right now, office and other businesses, which is our business mix is good. And small business is important and valuable, very, very valuable. So we have to continue to encourage that small business and bring them in, which we're going to see that with the incubator that's going to go in the Copeland's building. We're going to see all kinds of other companies coming in. And again, it's opening up the environment, saying, welcome to business, welcome to community members, welcome to residents. We're welcoming everybody. That is unique. Also, it is unique that Oklahoma City is growing faster than any other city in Oklahoma. So we are very, very lucky. We as Norman are growing faster than Edmond, Oklahoma. If you look at the development and the infrastructure, what they're doing in Edmond, they're doing that quicker than we are, which makes no sense because we're getting more residents than they are, yet they're doing the work quicker than we are. We've got to speed up our process. And I've said this more than once, and I'm going to keep saying it until it becomes a norm, which is we are going to move faster because we've got to move faster. I'm excited about the beautification projects. I'm excited about the transportation projects. I'm excited about the water vote. By the way, we need water infrastructure. If you live anywhere on the east side, you need to have better water infrastructure in Norman. So I suggest that in June, when they say, do you want better water infrastructure, you say yes. Why? Because it needs to happen, whether it is residential, whether it is the fact that these pipes could break and you have a water leak and you're going to have issues, or that your water is not the quality that you want it to be. If you want it to be better, we've got to invest in the water system. So let's do that. I think that's a good plan. So yes, we've got to invest in the water system coming up in June. And also, like, our school systems are incredible. They really are. Broken Arrow, amazing. Norman, amazing. I mean, they're similar. Good education is good cities, and that's kind of what it is. Good public education is good cities. So we are really, really excited about what is coming in that regard. We are going to have growth continuously coming towards us from the north because that's more in Oklahoma City, and they're going to grow out. So we will always be adding residents. So then the issue is, who do we want to be? How do we want to grow? Not if we want to grow, how do we want to grow? So we need to continue to attract those growth opportunities around us and really embrace who we are and what we're doing. So I hope that this has been helpful. I know it's a quick critique. I'll be doing other ones. My goal is to also do some out of state. So if I look at somewhere like, I don't know, Grapevine is an interesting one. I mean, obviously, Dallas-Fort Worth is like 6 million people. So you're looking at, there's some apples and oranges as far as scale and size, but we can look at some things that maybe are interesting there. I'll look in other states if I'm traveling this summer and kind of get a feel for how they do things, what they do well, what I can bring home and share. Because I think that's ultimately what we need to do is keep sharing things. Yes, we've been to the SEC cities; they've got all those that information. But again, what are we going to do as us and really like hit people right when they come in? Welcome, welcome, welcome to Norman. We're so excited to have you. Have you checked out all of our shops? Have you checked out our thrift shops? Have you checked out all the services we provide? And then making sure our business teams are set up, our economic development teams are set up so that the second people arrive, they're getting a welcome from those economic development teams and let them know that we are open for business. If you're looking at any kind of you want to move your headquarters, we are ready to have you here. You have a small business idea, we are a place for you to explore, create, energize, and experience. And wouldn't that be a great chance for you to come and visit us? So we hope that you will come and visit Norman. Also visit Broken Arrow, give a chance to kind of check out the two cities and see how we're doing as we continue to get better and rise together. I can't wait to see you soon.